Today on the Morning Edition, an arrest has been made for a fire over the weekend. One of 5 that kept firefighters busy. Will share what APD has confirmed. Plus, happening today, a Utah man pled guilty in the murder of a Homer woman. Anesha Duffy Murnane is set to be sentenced. We'll take a look back at Duffy and what her family is saying leading up to this moment. And later, it's okay to take a step back and admit this little leopard cub has more soccer skills than you. If it's true, she's not very old, but some cubs are just instant naturals. We'll take a look at her training schedule as the Morning Edition starts now. Oh my goodness, there's your daily dose of cute. It's just a leopard rolling around with a soccer ball.
I mean, if we're being honest, I think anything that can walk on legs is better than soccer. Than me.
Than you? Probably me too, I'll admit.
I know nothing about the sport other than kicking the ball.
Well, it is July 1st, Aaron, and it's a little bit chillier out there this morning. Yeah,
we are waking up. We've got some 30s and 40s on the board across South Central. We've also got, looking off in the distance, you can see off to the left of your screen in Anchorage, looking off towards the Chugach Range. That snow from yesterday, that already has begun to melt or really melted away, and most of that occurred last night when we did see that sunshine peeking through. Those temperatures, though, sitting in the 40s and the 50s. We got sunshine across a good portion of the state. Clouds, though, as you head out towards southeast, where we are expected to see some rain. Now, when it comes to those 30s that we're seeing across South Central, as you head out towards Campbell Creek, Muldoon, those temperatures are sitting in the upper 30s out towards the upper hillside. We're seeing those temperatures sitting near freezing this morning. In fact, out towards the Kenai, we're also seeing some of those temperatures hovering around that freezing mark in some spots. So you could see some localized areas of patchy frost this morning as you head along the Sterling Highway, even out towards Portage and Whittier as we start off your Wednesday morning. But sunshine is in the forecast for many areas. The only exception will be locations north of about Wasilla, Meadow Lakes, where we are going to see some of those overcast skies sticking around for a good portion of the day. So if you live out towards Willow and Talkeetna, Trapper Creek, those areas, you'll largely hold on to some cloudy skies for the rest of your Wednesday. The rest of South Central, though, we'll see some sunshine. It's going to be a beautiful day. We will see those temperatures slowly warming. Still on the cooler side compared to where we have been, but we will warm into the mid-60s, low to mid-60s, and with ample sunshine sticking around when you step outside and get in that sunshine, certainly going to feel a lot warmer than what the actual air temperature is, as when you stand in direct sunlight, it feels about 10 to 15 degrees warmer. Statewide, you can see those temperatures still on the cooler side, but we're already beginning to warm near 70, and we're going to continue that climb into the lower 70s the rest of this week for the interior. I'll have more on that in that 7-day forecast coming up.
Our top story this morning, the remains of a Quigillingok man missing since the remnants of Typhoon Halong hit western Alaska back in October of 2025 have been identified. The announcement is a reminder of the devastation and disruption Halong caused to communities across western Alaska and the state. The state medical examiners identified 45-year-old Chester Kashatok of Quigillingok. His remains were found on June 16th and sent to the state medical examiner's office. Kashatok is one of 2 Quigillingok residents who went missing after the storm. Troopers say 71-year-old Vernon Paul is still missing. They report more than 50 people and 2 dogs were successfully rescued from Quigillingok and Kipnuk in the days following the flooding. Search and rescue efforts at the time included troopers, the U.S. Coast Guard, the Alaska Army National Guard, and Alaska Air National Guard. 67-year-old LMA Kashatok of Quigillingok was also found deceased in the days following the storm. After a busy weekend for the Anchorage Fire Department, police have made an arrest on arson charges related to one of the fires over the weekend. APD confirmed that 26-year-old Joseph Kippy Jr. was arrested and charged with arson in relation to the fire on 14th Avenue. Here are some shots from Sunday as fire crews responded to a total of 5 fires throughout the night. Most notably, the fifth alert was for a home explosion related to a buildup of natural gas. We have some surveillance footage of that explosion. It's not confirmed if any of the fires are linked, but a fire marshal did tell us that at least 2 of the 5 involved gas lines and that both AFD and APD are working together on the recent string of gas-related calls.
We've seen both residential and commercial now, where it's involved the gas meter and maybe some sort of tampering with the gas meter, and so it's piqued our interest. We're focusing on these as they occur. We're working with APD to try to identify these early and see what sort of activities are happening around these structures where this is occurring.
Anchorage police continue to look into the death of two people after their bodies were found in a burning car in northeast Anchorage. Officers responded to the scene near the 900 block of Muldoon Road early on Tuesday. While firefighters put out the flames, they discovered the two bodies. APD's crime scene team and a fire investigator are working together to figure out what might have happened. We're working to get more information. If you know anything, you're asked to call 311. Happening today, a Utah man who admitted to killing a Homer woman who vanished nearly 7 years ago is scheduled to be sentenced. Kirby Calderwood pleaded guilty to second-degree murder in the 2019 death of Anesha Duffy Murnane, whose body was never found. Johnson Kuhn spoke with Murnane's uncle ahead of the sentencing.
Anesha Duffy Murnane disappeared October 17, 2019. She was last seen leaving the assisted living facility where she lived. Searches with first responders and volunteers went on for days, but Duffy was never found.
You tried to do things like organize search parties or, somebody brings in some dogs that follow her trail and, those kinds of things happening, but they all were fruitless.
Investigators say Kirby Calderwood worked at the facility and moved from Homer to Utah after she vanished. A grand jury later ruled her death a homicide in June 2021. A major break came in 2022. A Crime Stoppers tip led police back to Calderwood. Investigators say his wife told them he confessed. Authorities say evidence found in a crawl space tested positive for Duffy's DNA. And a search of Calderwood's Utah home turned up Duffy's watch and a missing person poster. But for the family, the hardest part is living without answers and without her remains.
It's so much sadder because when you go by the dump, you think, well, that's where she is. She's someplace there.
Hulsman says the family still knows little about what investigators found, and the court process keeps many details hidden.
It's a system, quite frankly, that does not allow the public to learn much about what has happened.
Now, he says, the family's focus is on making sure it doesn't happen to anyone else.
The family really is interested in the future in terms of other people being protected or similar kinds. We don't want to see something like this happen to another family.
Adding, whatever happens in court this week, they're trying to find a way forward.
What we want to do is we want to move towards closure. I don't know if we'll ever get there, but we want to head in that kind of direction.
And much like the memory of Duffy, he says the community's support from Homer is something they will never forget.
I think the Homer community did a tremendous job of supporting our family. Tears just well up in my eyes because there was a lot of direct person-to-person support.
Johnson Kuhn, Alaska's news source.
Under Calderwood's plea agreement, prosecutors will seek 99 years with 12 years suspended. That's 87 years to serve, followed by 10 years of probation. Dan J. Sullivan is back on the primary election ballot, but he's missing one key piece of information on the ballot, his party. Our political reporter, Will Courtney, tried to get answers on why the state removed the Petersburg-Sullivan's Republican affiliation. The election division is choosing not to answer those questions. Monday, the state Supreme Court questioned if they had the ability to remove his party from the ballot. Alaska's news source has left emails, phone calls, and messages to get more information. Our Will Courtney was eventually able to talk to Public Relations Manager Steve Perch. Here was that interaction.
Division election.
Hi, Steve. It's Will with Alaska's News Source. How are you?
Good. What's up?
Hey, are you able to give us any idea why the division named Daniel J. Sullivan the way it does on the ballot right now?
Yeah, well, I can't give you any kind of comment that you would be looking for right now. So if I hear something, I'll keep you in the queue. I got your emails.
Okay.
That's all I can say right now.
Yeah, okay. So who do I need to talk to for this? Is this the lieutenant governor? Is this the director?
No, you can forward your emails to me. And when I have something, I'll let you know.
Okay. I mean, why can't you talk about it? I think this is public. It's on the ballot. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you're recording me right now.
Sure.
So I'm not giving you anything.
Okay, but you aren't able to tell us why it's...
Tim.
Our Will Courtney sent a public information request to see the paper trail on how they chose to differentiate between the two Dan Sullivans. As for Petersburg Dan J. Sullivan, he sent us a statement calling the ballot confirmation a victory, but he didn't comment on how his name appears on the ballot. As the state of Alaska and the Fairbanks School District continue to debate the future of a charter school at Pearl Creek, the Borough Assembly is meeting to possibly allow a lease for the campus. In a special session happening today, the Assembly will decide to either let contract negotiations continue and decide if they'll allocate $268,000 for the building's maintenance. Last week, the Alaska Supreme Court declined to take up an emergency review of an earlier court decision that had blocked the state from requiring the charter school to open in the coming school year. This has left the future of the school unclear. Community members will be allowed to testify at today's meeting. We'll bring you those updates in our continuing coverage. Still ahead today on the Morning Edition, throughout June, APD has been hosting a unique way for officers to bond with the community. Hoops with Heroes will show you some of the exciting courtside highlights.
And we've got some sunshine in the forecast for your Wednesday. It's going to stick around the next couple of days, but rain is still in the forecast. I'll have more on that. But first at sunrise, 428 in Anchorage, 311 in Fairbanks. Your full forecast is next.
Welcome back in on this Wednesday morning. Look at that with our live cams at Katmai National Park. We got a bear looking for some breakfast. Aaron.
Earlier the week, they were out of the water. This morning, looks like they're finally going to start catching some of that salmon. Looking forward to Fat Bear Week here over the next couple of months. We do have some unsettled weather, though, as we head into the holiday weekend. We are seeing a slow warming that is arriving in the state. And it's going to be very slow. We're going to see some of our warmest conditions really building in by next week. And, of course, when it comes to our July outlook, the overall trend looks to be starting on the cooler side and then slowly warming as we head through the middle of the month. By about 2.5 to 3 weeks into the month, we likely will see some of our warmest conditions for the month of July. Now, looking at June, you can see for the most part, we've kind of been on this roller coaster ride. We saw those temperatures in the 50s, warming into the 70s, and then we cooled off back into the upper 60s, and this has been the trend for quite some time. Last time we were in the 70s was back on June 18th and 19th, and since then, we've largely been in the 60s outside of Monday and Tuesday of this week, where we stayed right at 59 degrees. Even when it comes to our rainfall, it hasn't been a wet month. Now, while rain has been with us across South Central, Anchorage as a whole has largely been on the dry side. In fact, we're currently we did close out June as the 15th driest on record with just under half an inch of rainfall. We typically see around an inch of rain during the month of June. We also closed out the month as the 21st warmest with an average high of 56.3 degrees, which is just a few degrees, about 0.4 degrees above what we typically see for the month of June, and our highest temperature that we recorded was 77 degrees, which is the 10th warmest on record. So June as a whole didn't really bring much in the way of significant warmth, but we are going to begin to see those temperatures slowly warming once again. Waking up this morning, 40s across most of the state. You can see out towards the slope, we've got Ukigavik coming in at 28 degrees and 44 as you head out towards Dead Horse. Now, overall, what we are going to see here over the next couple of days is fairly quiet weather for most of South Central. We do have this area of low pressure moving into the Bering Sea. That is driving moisture as well as some breezy conditions as you head from southwest Alaska out towards Bristol Bay and through the Alaska Peninsula this morning. So that will keep some rain showers around. Now, when it comes to South Central, we're actually in between two systems. The low that's out towards the Bering Sea, and then that low yesterday that brought us that rain, that is shifted out towards the Panhandle. So we're kind of stuck in between those, and that is leading us to seemingly quiet weather. With that said, we could still see some brief chances for some rainfall. Now, one thing we're going to be watching as we welcome in the weekend, this area of low pressure that's pulling in from the south, that's going to sweep into South Central, and that is going to bring us our next chance of rain as we welcome in our July 4th. For today, most of the rain will stay out towards through eastern parts of Prince William Sound and the Copper River Basin. And you can see here over the next couple of days, can't rule out some spotty to isolated activity, but it's really by Saturday that we'll see our next best chance of rain building in across South Central. So be prepared for that. If you are heading out to the parade this weekend, you can see by Saturday that 65 degrees, and then there's that slow warming trend that will carry us near 70 by the middle of next week.
Outreach through basketball. It's how the Mountain View Community Center and Anchorage Police are building connections while having fun. Jace Bertrand has the story.
For 2 hours every Tuesday in June, the basketball court at the Mountain View Community Center was filled with kids and cops alike.
We've got police officers from the Anchorage Police Department, employees of the Anchorage Police Department that are coaching, and we're just getting kids together to play a little basketball.
Tuesday's game was the final tournament for June's Hoop Heroes series. Organized by Anchorage Cops for Community, the event worked to build a bridge between the younger generation and law enforcement.
It's great to be in Mountain View. It's great to be in this gym. And the kids just come here with so much energy, as you can tell on the court.
The energy wasn't just felt by the players, but the coaches as well.
Someone's got to take the charge on 11 for crying out loud. That kid is killing us. There we go. Ooh. There we go. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Woo! God done. Can you see that in the key? We're not doing too much coaching. We're just doing cheering on. A lot of these kids are coming, just good heart, good effort. We got boys, we got girls. Like they're all playing together. It's awesome.
You see the community members, you see family, you see friends. People are coming in off the street to watch the kids play. I mean, it's really kind of a really neat community experience.
The players also had the chance to show off their skills.
This is kind of on the fly, building a relationship with these kids and helping them play basketball. And, you know, some of these kids, you've seen them, they come with a lot of skills. So it's fun for us, it's fun for them.
It's a simple game of basketball, but it can have a major impact on the lives of the kids playing.
It's like a mentoring opportunity. It's a great way to integrate the police department further into the community. And I think people take away like, wow, it's another side of the police department that they don't often get to see.
Now, if you happen to miss out on these events for June, do not worry because the Anchorage Cops for Community are hosting a bunch of different events to reach out to Anchorage. You can find more information about the rest of the summer on their website. Jace Bertrand, Alaska's news source.
Lots of smiles and cheering also seen in Girdwood Tuesday for the groundbreaking of Challenge Alaska's new expansion project. It's a nonprofit that supports those with disabilities through sports, rehabilitation, and community. Challenge Alaska serves more than 1,000 participants each year. Organizers say the new Kiel Center expansion will add nearly 6,000 square feet of usable space. The project also opens the door for updated safety systems, overnight accommodations, and more. The project is expected to be complete by fall of 2027.
Thanks for listening to our podcast. Click subscribe so you can get the latest podcasts from Alaska's news source automatically. And stay up to date with breaking news and in-depth reporting. Available for free 24/7 with the Alaska's news source app.